So good morning, dear students. There is a poem in your syllabus. The name of the poem is The School Boy. So we are going to start. Yesterday I have given you only introduction of the poem, but today I will be explaining you the poem in detail. The School Boy. Okay. Basically, this schoolboy, in this poem, there is a description of a schoolboy who is not a happy child. See, he doesn't like to go to school, okay? And in this poem, he makes a comparison between himself and a bird, okay? He thinks that he is a bird that who is kept in a cage, okay? And he makes a comparison of himself along with a plant, okay? And which kind of plant? That should blossom, that should flourish. So such kind of comparison is made by him. He doesn't like teachers, he doesn't like parents. When they give him lecture, he doesn't want to listen to them. So basically this schoolboy hates going to school. Okay. So let's understand the explanation of the poem. This poem is written by a very famous poet, William Blake. Okay. So here very beautifully the description of a schoolboy is given in the poem I. I is used for a schoolboy who is the schoolboy who is the narrator of the poem. So here the poet is saying, I love to rise in summer morn. So I will be telling you the meaning of difficult words. You write down side by side. Okay. So what is the meaning of morn? Morn means morning. Okay. So here the poet is saying that here what is the mindset, what is the situation of a school going boy? He doesn't like to go in school. I love to rise in a summer morning when the birds sing on every tree. The distant huntsman winds his horn and the skylark sings with me. Oh, what sweet company. So here the plight of the condition of a schoolboy is given, that he throws light on the condition of a schoolboy. That schoolboy, he is really very much unhappy. Okay. Okay. And here he is telling about his experience. I is used for a narrator. He is saying that I really love to get up early in the morning, that it is a time of summer. I want to get up in morning, and this time when the birds are singing on every tree, when so many birds are seen on tree, he really loves this season. And the distant mean, what is the meaning of distant? Distant means far away. So bache, here I will be writing the meanings of difficult words. You also write down, only then the meaning of the poem will be clear to you. Okay. Far off. So distant means far off. It means at a very long distance. So what is given here? I love to rise in summer morning. Here the poet is saying that the narrator, that is his love, that he wants to get up in summer season in morning. And at that time, what would be the scene? There would be so many birds who would be singing on every tree, and the distant huntsman winds his horn. So here there will be huntsman. Huntsman mean the people who are hunting. Okay, they would be, the blowing of horn by the huntsman really makes him happy. That there are some huntsmen who are noticed, they are far off and they would be blowing of horn. Okay, and this thing really makes him happy, and he also wants to enjoy the company of skylark. What is skylark? Can anybody tell me what is skylark? Skylark is basically a songbird. Okay, bache? Write down the meanings of difficult words. Okay, and winds. Winds means, what is the meaning of winds here? Blows. Okay, So here huntsman, who are huntsman? Huntsmen basically are hunters. Okay, hunters. So here in this paragraph the poet is telling that he loves to rise in the morning time during summer season. At that time during summer the birds can be seen on every tree, and there are some of the there is a hunter who is very far away, and he is blowing of horn. This activity of huntsman, it really makes him happy. And when the skylark, when a songbird, it sings with him, so it is really a very sweet company. He really loves to enjoy such kind of time. But to go to school in summer morning, morn means morning, oh, it drives all joy away. But during summer season, in morning, if he has to go to school, so it really drives all joy away. Drives all joy away. So what is the meaning of that line? Drives all joy away. What is the meaning of drives all joy away? It means it really destroys, or you can say kills. So when one has to go to school in summer morning, so it really kills, it really finishes, destroys all kind of happiness. Okay. Under a cruel eye outworn, the little ones spend all the day in sighing and dismay. So here the poet is telling about the condition of a narrator. How does he feel? He feels that under a cruel eye outworn. So what is the meaning of cruel? Cruel eye outworn. What is the meaning of that phrase? Cruel eye outworn means the unkind people. You can say unkind people who watch him. Okay, so he says that there are some unkind people who watch him. Okay, and under their supervision, under their observation, he has to the little ones. What is the little one? What is the little one? Little one means child. A child. A child has to spend his whole day under such kind of people. So basically, who are cruel eye outone, who are unkind people who watch him, who are basically that for narrator, who are cruel eye outworn. Can anybody tell me? Can anybody type in chat box? Yes, Arish, very good. He is the first one to tell me. So basically he is saying unkind people who watch him, these are considered teachers for him. So there are teachers and little ones. It means a child has to spend his whole day under those unkind people. Okay, in sighing and dismay. In sighing means sign means not able to breathe properly. Okay, so in sighing it means he is moaning, or you can say crying, moaning. Okay, and dismay is means disappointment. So such kind of children who have to stay under the observation, under the supervision of those unkind people, so-called teachers. So this way he is telling that that moment is really a very bad moment for a child, because he is basically crying. Okay, and he is completely disappointed. Okay, so he says that he wants to enjoy just like a lovely bird, free bird, but he has to go to school. Okay, and this activity of going to school during summer morning, it really makes him sad, and he hates going to school. Why so? Because there are cruel-eyed one teacher. It means the teachers are unkind, who really watch him. And the little one means a small child. Okay, so he has to spend his day under the supervision of those so-called teachers, and that's why that child keeps on always crying, keeps on feeling disappointed. Clear? So first and second stanza is clear to you? Tell me. Okay, so now find out rhyming scheme of first and second stanza. Let's find out rhyming scheme of first and second stanza. Tell me, what are the rhyming words? Mourn is given. Sorry. Mourn. Then we have horn. Mourn and horn. Tree. Tree and me. Okay. And company. That is also making a same sound. Okay, so what will be the rhyming scheme of this? Can anybody tell me? What will be the rhyming scheme of this? Rhyming skill will be A, yes, B, then again A, then B, and then B. Clear? So its rhyming scheme will be A, B, A, B, B. Clear? Clear? So in this stanza, mourn and outworn, AA, away day dismay. So mourn and outworn. Outworn. What rhyming schemes they are making? AA. And after that, away, day, day, and dismay. It is BB. So what will be the rhyming scheme of second stanza? AB, A, B, B. Clear? So you all of you write down this rhyming scheme and rhyming words in your book. I can ask any of the child to show me their books. Okay. So up to that clear. Shall I move further? Shall I move further? Okay. Now let's move to next. But to go to school in a summer morning, it means he doesn't like to go to school because he thinks that he's under the supervision of a teacher. Okay, and teachers keep on looking at him. And little one, that small child, he has to spend his whole day under the supervision of those cruel teachers. And that's why this little child, he has to sigh, he has to mourn, he has to cry, and his full day goes in proper disappointment. Okay. Then at times I drooping sit, then spend many an anxious hour. Nor in my book can I take delight, nor sit in learning's board, worn through with the dreary shower. Okay. Now in this, what is given? Then at times I drooping sit. So write down the meaning of drooping. Bache. Write down the meaning of drooping. Write down difficult word meanings. Only then you will be able to understand. So what is the meaning of drooping? Drooping means depressed, depressed. Okay, so after that, anxious, anxious you can say worried. Anxious is worried. Okay, delight, delight means happiness, happiness, delight means happiness. And learning bars, so learning, it means it is considered as a temple of learning. What is considered as a temple of learning? It means school. Okay, temple of learning. Okay, so write down the meaning of won. Won through, it means weary. Weary you can say tired. Now after writing the difficult word meanings, now try to understand what is the meaning of, what is the meaning of these. What is the meaning of these lines? After writing the meanings, you try to understand the meanings. The meanings of this point, this line is, sometime a boy is sitting for such a long time, okay, and he is feeling so depressed. I droopings, it means in depression he is sitting for hours and he has to spend his time in that worried position. Okay, because why he is worried? Because he feels that he is in cage. This, he feels that this position gives him depression. Okay, he is so much worried because whenever he is reading a book, no such kind of books are making him happy. So these books are not providing him any happiness. Okay, and when he is sitting in that learning bars, it means when he is sitting in that school, and that school is considered as a temple of learning, so this thing doesn't make him feel happy. And when he gets worn through with dreary shower, what is the meaning of dreary shower? Dreary shower, it means dreary shower means words of teachers, words of teachers. It means one after another, another teacher is coming. Okay, so they all are giving their lecture. So he thinks that these teachers' words, they are not making him happy at all. So dreary showers means these teachers are not making him happy at. Have you written the word meanings side by side, whatever I have discussed with you? Written word meanings? Okay. So here the poet is saying that the narrator is feeling so depressed because he has to sit for long hours. Okay, in depression, he is so much worried, anxious. Okay, he has to spend so much time in school, and the books that which he read, those books are not giving him any kind of happiness, any kind of delight. Okay, and he has to sit in that school. So school is basically considered as a temple of learning. So he says that when he sits in that school. So this school is not giving him happiness at all. And when the teachers give him lecture, so dreary shar means when the teachers say their words, when the teachers are giving him lecture, these lectures are also not making him happy at all. Okay, how can the bird that is born for joy sit in a cage and sing? How can a child, when fears annoy, but droop his tender wing and forget his youthful spring? So here the poet is saying that he compares himself to a bird. He makes a comparison of himself with a bird. Okay, and he says that how a bird, when it is kept in a cage, how can he enjoy? Can he enjoy? No, he cannot enjoy at all. Why so? Because when a bird is kept in a cage, he cannot sing, because he cannot enjoy in that cage, because in cage he will be feeling suffocated, he will not be feeling good. Okay, and this kind of situation will definitely make him annoy. He cannot enjoy his life. Okay, so how can a child when fears annoy? So when a child is kept in such kind of environment, how can he uh, when fears annoy? So write down the meaning of annoy here. According to this stanza, annoy means irritate. So definitely the child would be feeling, the child would be feeling irritated. So annoy here means he will be feeling irritated. Okay, and he will not bother about what was going in the class, what the teacher was saying. So definitely child would not be feeling happy, and but droop his tender wing, okay, and forget his youthful spring. So here the poet is saying it means the child will be definitely afraid of the teachers, and as a caged bird, he lets his wings droop down. Okay, definitely he would not fly, he would keep his wings droop down. Okay, and he cannot share the joy of spring. Joy of spring means in his surrounding which kind of weather is there? Spring weather. So how a child like a bird can enjoy that spring weather? He cannot enjoy at all. Okay, so here the poet is making comparison of himself with a bird, and he is saying that he's not able to enjoy his life because he is feeling that he is just like in a cage. He cannot enjoy singing in a cage. Okay, and he feels just like as he is kept in a jail. So for school it is a jail, and teachers, from teachers he is very much afraid, and he says that as a caged bird cannot enjoy his life, he cannot enjoy spring season, he cannot spread his wings, he cannot roam here and there, he cannot sing properly. So same like his condition, a boy, if he is in school, he cannot enjoy his life, and that's why he is feeling so annoyed. Okay, so up to that text is clear, poem is clear. After that I am going to move further. O father and mother, if birds are nipped and blossoms blown away, and if the tender plants are stripped of their joy in the springing day, by sorrow and care's dismay, how shall the summers arise in joy, or the summer fruits appear? So, bache, all of you go through this text. Go through this text. Try to understand what the poet is saying. Try to understand its meaning. Try to understand its meaning. So here I'm going to write down the meanings of difficult words. You also jot down, only then you will be able to understand the meaning of this paragraph. So here nipped word is given. So what is the meaning of that nipped? It means crushed. Okay, nipped here means crushed. Okay, and blossoms. Blossoms word is used for flowers. Okay, okay, and blown away. What is the meaning of blown away? Blown away means destroyed. Blown away means destroyed. Okay, and tender. Tender, you can say very much delicate, soft, soft, delicate, you can say. Okay, springing day, it means a spring season. Okay, arise. Arise, you can say appear. Appear. Okay, so now if you have written these word meanings only, then you'll be able to understand the text of this stanza. Oh father and mother, if birds are nipped and blossoms blown away. So here the poet is making a request in front of his parents, in front of his father and mother. And if he says that if parents would be become so you can say cruel, so harsh to their children. Oh, father and mother, if birds are nipped and blossoms blown away. It means if flowers are completely destroyed, crushed, it means if the parents are of children, they are so harsh, they are so cruel to their children. Okay, so how can they flourish? If the tender plants are stripped, if the tender plants means if the soft plants, okay, delicate plants, okay, they are stripped, it means they are completely robbed, they are completely denied. So how they can enjoy the spring? It means how can they enjoy healthy life? It means if plants require fresh air, free movement to grow healthy and happy. So, if plants need fresh air to grow healthy and happy, in the same way children also need fresh air, they also need movement to flourish, to grow healthy. Okay, but if children are kept in a cages, okay, so this process will not make them happy. This process, by keeping them in a cage, this process will be making them unhappy. How shall the summer arise in joy, or summer's fruits appear? So in such kind of, if the plant is not given air, if it is kept in dark, so definitely the plants will not grow at all, and it will not bear fruits. So if plants are not given proper enjoyment, proper air, fresh air is not provided, if they are not kept in sunlight, how can they produce fruits? So same like that, he is now making his comparison to a plant. Earlier the poet has made a comparison of himself with the, earlier the poet has made his comparison with a, tell me, with a bird. And now the poet has made a comparison with a, tell me, here the poet has made a comparison with a bird, sorry, with a plant. If he is saying that if plants are not given a chance to keep themselves in fresh air, in proper sunlight, if such kind of things are not provided to them, how can they flourish? They cannot flourish, they cannot grow, they cannot bloom at all. So same condition is with a child. If a child is not given a chance to you can say stay in fresh air, to be free like a bird, so they cannot grow at all. So such kind of complaints he is making in front of his parents because he is not a happy child. He doesn't like to go to school. He doesn't like to stay under the supervision of his teachers. Okay, he doesn't like the lectures of his teachers. So this is the mindset of one of the school boy, not all. This is the mentality, this is the mindset of a school boy who doesn't like to go to school, who doesn't love reading. Reading doesn't give him happiness. Teachers' lectures do not give him happiness, and he doesn't like to sit in school of temple of learning that is considered as a school. So he doesn't feel happy at all in such kind of environment. Am I clear? This concept is clear. This poem is clear. Okay. Now let's move to question answer part. Okay. So we have been given these very simple questions. Let's begin with that. Find 3 or 4 words or phrases in stanza 1 that reflect the child's happiness and enjoy. 3 or 4 words you have to pick up from first stanza. So all of you go through first stanza. Okay, which words tell you about child's happiness and enjoy? What things make him happy? What are the things which really make him happy? What are those things? Tell me. Which things, which activity make him happy? You type in chat box. One of the student is asking me the meaning of bar. Bar is, you can say, temple of learning. It is a school. Temple of learning. Okay. So what are kind of activities? He really, it is crystal clear given in first paragraph. He loves to rise in summer morning. Okay. And another activity he loves, the activity of the singing of birds. This thing makes him happy. And third activity that makes him happy, it is when the hunters, they blow their horns. Okay. And another activity, when skylarks are singing. So these 4 activities you underline and you frame this in your own words, that which are the activities that are making him happy. That the summer morning, rising in summer morning, first activity. Second activity is when birds sing on every tree. Okay. Third activity is when the hunters from a very far distance, they are blowing their horns. Okay. And there is a skylark. Skylark is the name of a bird that is also making him, singing of that skylark, that is also making him happy. So who is going to tell me first answer? Raise your hand. Let me find out intelligent stuff. Let me find out how many of my students are attentive in class. You all are writing so well in chat box. All have written good. But now raise your hand who will be telling me the answer of first question. Tell me, who is going to tell me first answer? Hurry up. Who is going to tell me first answer? Get ready with that. Content is right in front of you. With the help of these 4 points, you can frame your first answer. And if you still have any doubt related to this poem, you can ask me. If you have any doubt, you can ask me. But you have holiday tomorrow. I am giving you as a homework. You go through these question answers and do these question answers in your rough notebook. Try to put good vocabulary words, try to arrange all the ideas, find out these answers from your book, underline the main points, add up your details, what explanation you have listened carefully. On the basis of that explanation, you frame your answers. Okay. So for first answer, I have provided you hints. then you have to underline main 4 points, and with the help of these 4 points you will be able to frame these 4 answers. Sorry, these 4 points of first answer. Okay, now let's move to next question. Next question is, we are running out of time, only 2 minutes are left. In stanza 2, the mood changes. Which word phrases reflect the changes mood? So in second paragraph, you have to tell about those lines which are telling about the changing mood. Okay, which are those lines? Okay, there are so many. There are so many. You find out from the text. Only by going through second paragraph, you can see the transition, you can see the changes in his mood. From which one? That is, yes, tell me. That this one drives all joy away. Okay, then cruel eye outworn. Okay, sighing and dismay. So bache, you work on these questions. We will be discussing these questions a day after tomorrow. Okay, and if you still have any doubt, you can ask me your queries. Question answer discussion will be done a day after tomorrow, but you also work on that. Tomorrow you have holiday, go through this text, find out all the answers, write down in your rough notebook. And a day after tomorrow, you all should raise your hand. You should be very much enthusiastic to give me right answers. Work on these answers. Okay, so I'm going to over your class. Time is going to get over. Okay, students, thank you and have a nice day. Take care of yourself and do your work nicely.